So if you're watching this, you're likely a broker, agent, or insurance professional of some kind. And I just have to start by saying that we're disruptors by nature, and so some insurance professionals really don't like us. But if you keep an open mind and hear us out, I think you'll be persuaded that our approach is worth at least considering and may help improve your experience in the industry, even if some of our points could come across as offensive. Our first point is that the vast majority of insurance professionals are not experts in healthcare law, tax law, or the surrounding spaces. Instead, they're only experts in the costs and benefits of various insurance products. Our friendly argument to you is that's the wrong place to start. Instead, consider taking a step back before getting to insurance solutions and taking a look at the plan structure and what would an ideal arrangement look like for each group. And the goal of that exercise can't be get them to all participate in insurance, but instead the goal should be what is actually truly ideal for this group. You see, where most people in the industry start to go wrong is by trying to bend everything around insurance. But the truth is, a group health plan may or may not need insurance. And that's an important point to clarify because most people treat group health plans and group health insurance as if they're synonymous. But they're not. They're two different elements of a potential arrangement that a group could implement. Group health plans are required for applicable large employers with 50 or more full-time equivalent employees, while group health insurance is an optional add-on to that group health plan. Now, even if group health plans weren't mandated under the ACA for applicable large employers, they still are useful for two reasons, but only two. The first is that the current tax laws make it so that the cheapest and best way to pay for healthcare expenses is through an employer-sponsored plan. So it's a good idea to let as much employee healthcare spend as possible run through a plan. This is true whether you're mandated or not. The second is that large groups have buying power that can serve to negotiate low-friction deals, helping employees consume healthcare more efficiently by commanding some attention from providers due to volume is beneficial. Outside of the tax advantages and the buying power to negotiate lower prices, there is no benefit to employers or their employees in sponsoring a group health plan. Even with those advantages, most groups actually limit their employees' options under the ACA by forcing their entire population into just one or two plans. That's a horrible idea. It forces the group to bear the cost of renewal rates for the most outlying consumers in the group. So when Johnny from the warehouse decides to start making cliff diving videos on YouTube, the entire group now bears the responsibility of his decisions at renewal time. That's a bad model. And the idea that it's advantageous to cover more of an employee's benefit cost is an insult to the intelligence of that employee. Now, sometimes employees may live up to that insult, but it's still not the most beneficial arrangement. Employers have a total budget available for compensating employees. So when an employer decides to allocate some of that pay towards a use it or lose it health benefit, they're effectively lowering the available pay for all of their employees and limiting the options of what their employees could have chosen to spend that money on themselves. Instead, an ideal arrangement would look something like this. First, allow employees to pay for premiums and out-of-pocket expenses through a group plan if they have those expenses. Because if they do, both the employer and the employee will save taxes by routing it through that vehicle. Second, if an employer can leverage the size of their group or let common care join them together with other groups for leverage in order to command a better price for insurance or other care, they should offer a group plan that does that. These are the conclusions that we feel a consultant who wasn't being motivated by insurance commissions would come to if they approached this space. Now, before you consider us your mortal enemy, just know that groups will get to the end of this process and decide that they still want to purchase some sort of an insurance product to de-risk their plan. If you were to consult with groups in the way that we've just explained, you would help lead them to the most ideal scenario and conclusions for them in a way that built a lot of trust and goodwill. And then, after all of that, they would actually be asking for insurance. It would never have to be sold. As you may have gathered by now, at Common Care, we don't sell any insurance products. Instead, the only thing we do is help groups design and structure ideal group health plans. Our invitation to you is to partner with us and let our high-tech and automated approach destructure and then restructure the group health plans that you're trying to get and keep. We have no conflict with you once that is done and it's time to sell the products. That's outside of the scope of what we do. And now, instead of your clients feeling like you're just the last stop on a dead-end pit for their money, which is exactly how most people feel about health insurance, you'll actually be building a relationship with them that's going places. We can help arm you with the most efficient plan structures you could possibly find. And your groups will need a guide, a people person to walk them through this process. We don't fill that role. And as we roll out increasingly private and captive solutions in the future, you can be their guide into that new space. So if you're interested in seeing how this could complement and enhance what you're already doing, we'd love to talk to you. Go ahead and schedule a call. We'll jump on, answer any questions you have, and help give you a better vision for what exactly this would look like for you and your clients. That being said, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we hope we get the opportunity to work with you in the near future.